highly anticipated Hyundai Exter has arrived in the market, and it's also arrived with some killer pricing. Let's talk to Tarun Garg about that. Good to see you.
Hi, Sid.
And yeah, killer pricing to be expected, maybe some people will say, but given how the market's been, how tight things have been, yeah, that price has really surprised everybody. So let me start with that. Difficult to get to that kind of pricing, no doubt.
Look, frankly speaking, we believed very strongly, even when we were designing this product, that this is going to be a game changer. And a game changer product, not only, it's about a complete package. So you see the product, whether it is the exterior, the interiors, the powertrains, and of course now the price as well. So you cannot find one flaw, I think, in the product. And that is where we wanted to do. And the kind of reactions I'm receiving is delightful.
I'm not surprised, and it's very obvious from the entire pitch. Like you said, the kind of features we're seeing, the kind of variants, the kind of overall, the consumer who you're trying to target. Big volume seems very, very apparent, very evident here. You also, Mr. Kim also mentioned at the start today that capacity is going to get enhanced this year as well. All of that ties into the kind of strategy behind this?
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, there are two things to it. One is the overall capacity is going up. The second is, if you see our SUV portfolio, now it's almost 55%. And I believe now we'll move to 60%.
Yeah.
And so very clearly the customer is wanting an SUV. And this vehicle, I believe, will cut across segments, with the kind of packaging and the pricing. I think there will be many hatch customers, there will be some premium hatch customers. And of course, those SUV buyers, all of them I'm expecting to really look at this product very, very seriously.
Tarun, tell me this. 20 years ago, the relevant question or the relevant product for Hyundai in terms of appealing to a massive amount of people was the Santro.
Right.
Is this that product today?
Look, I think paradigm has shifted, things have changed.
So SUVs are
but
in
then,
vogue
like I mentioned in my presentation today, brands, there are only very few brands which are iconic. Like I'm very happy you mentioned Santro, or when we talk about Creta, there are very few, where you see that segment becomes that product becomes a defining product. And I believe very, very strongly that Exter would become that kind of a defining product. And hopefully, when we talk about the Indian auto industry, this will really have a very, very strong place amongst that iconic brands. And yes, this could be a very big game changer, not only for Hyundai, not only for SUVs, but I think for the Indian auto industry as well.
Very excited to see how that goes. Just a couple of other points.
Right.
The product itself, you're of course looking at younger buyers, you're looking at first-time buyers also. What about, the kind of buyers who might look at this as a second or a third vehicle in the family? Is that also a focus?
Yeah, of course. Look, it's about the younger buyers, like you said. I think the millennials, the zennials. So at the same time, as you know, this is a segment and this kind of a pricing. Many first-timers would come in. This segment, I believe, 35 to 40% of the first-timers would really come in. But yes, you mentioned about the second car. Yes, and so many of our customers are now buying Cretas and Venues and Tucsons. I'm sure they would want another car either for their spouse or for their young son. So yes, it will, like I said, cut across segments, cut across various customer profiles as well.
This car is being marketed for you by Hardik Pandya.
Yeah.
The reason to get him, of course, I think I understand that. I'm sure everybody does, and you also explained it at the time when you announced his name. But the question has to be asked: how come it's not Shah Rukh Khan for this?
No, actually, of course, Shah Rukh is our brand ambassador and will continue to be our brand ambassador. For this car, exclusively, we wanted, somebody who's young, who's much younger, because we wanted to really appeal to those millennials, and we believe Hardik brings in that kind of a personality, plus that all-rounder thing. And we believe very strongly that Hardik is going to be the future. He's already the captain of the T20 team, and we have always invested in young talent. And I think I believe this is another probably could be a masterstroke, like I said. And he brings in that kind of a very congenial personality. When you see him, always smiling, and of course his leadership, winning the IPL, runners-up second year. I think he has everything. And like I said, this car, very, very few faults you can find. Probably same thing you can say with Hardik. A complete cricketer for a complete car.
For a car like this, just give me a ballpark. What sort of monthly volume can you foresee? Because the segment's already blown open last year.
Look, we have always believed that the moment you set a volume target, it really restricts you. If you see today, probably we have only one model which is doing about 10,000.
Yeah.
I believe the segment in 1 year, you should see at least 20,000 a month going for the segment. How much we will do? Let's see. I'm not Nostradamus. I don't like to predict. The response has been fabulous. More than 10,000 bookings already, and a good 38% automatic bookings, 20% CNG bookings. So good mix of bookings are coming in. Of course, this was when people were expecting probably the price could be much higher.
So this is only going to go up.
So let's see how things
sure.
pan out now.
No, but doubling of the segment is, I think, given. I am with you on that completely. Last question. What about exports? What about other markets getting this car?
Yeah, so like we have always said that right now it is for India. Going forward, I'm sure they're going to be, this is a global launch, and I'm sure there are going to be many opportunities even for other markets as well.
Great. Congrats. All the best.
Thank
You're
you
going to
so
need
much.
it in terms of supplying these cars, I think.
We are ready.
Great to see you.
Thank you so much.